Welcome back, everyone. Our second stream of the day. I don't know if you joined us for our Star Wars 5e game. I just realized I didn't change the stream thing. So if you think it's a Star Wars 5e again, we're actually playing Cairn this time. I have to switch that up. Welcome for the stream. For any of those who aren't familiar with Cairn, I'm actually throwing the link. It's a free RPG. You can go. I think you can pay what you want if you go through RPG. But they've got their own website. It's free. You can go on there and get the rules. One of my favorite pieces with it is it's really quick to do. So what you're going to see us go through character creation, all of that, then jump into the adventure. Last time we did it was my first time running it. I think everybody's first time playing it too. We got through character creation in 10 minutes, and that was half the time joking too. So hopefully we may keep that record on that one too, and get going on that side. So before we introduce our players, I'm going to go through and just run through the character creation rules. It's a lot of rolling. This is Dave's first time playing it. Everybody else has played it before. Doomer is kind of the expert at it. He's played, they played quite a bit with Mouse Raider, which is kind of the same system, and then Cairn as well too. We're gonna jump in there, and then so for rolling stats, so you guys can choose to. So there's a whole rolling table for names as well as your PC's gender. I'll let you guys decide if you want to roll on those ones or not, or just straight pick them. They are D20s for that, and I forgot what it is. I think you get to pick your gender. Actually, you don't roll for your gender. You get to pick. You do roll for your name though for that one. So I'll let you guys decide if you want to do that on your own for that. But the next big one, after you get past your name and surname, is your background. This is a D20 roll. And you roll a D20 to determine what type of background you have. They've got from Alchemist to Ranger. So I'll let you guys roll for a second there before moving on to the next one.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I rolling low man or high woman for gender? I just want to make sure I roll right way.
I looking at it, they don't have a gender role, but if you want to go for it, go for it.
You're lucky. I rolled man.
Then
man, I was really looking forward to hearing your Monty Python female voice. And,
it's just hard. There are no women here. No.
All right. After that, you've got character traits, which are all D10s. So the first one is physique. Are you athletic? Are you towering? Next one is skin. You've got a weird birthmark. Is your skin soft? Elongated? I don't know how, it's like a real long face, maybe. There's a lot of these ones. So I'll let you guys go through these ones. I'll see if I find any ones that are funny and call those out. Clothing is number 6. You can get frumpy with that one. I call my we've got I think most of you all have seen, we've got pictures of we've got a puppy named Atlas. He's not even a puppy anymore, he's a year old, but I call him a frumpy puppy because he's got a ton of fur and it's all over the place. So with these, and that's one of the things I like with Cairn, is you can have a completely not random, but a different PC than you would normally build, which you can have some fun with RPing it. They've got vices, how your hair, your face, your speech is, your misfortunes, what your reputation is. Just a lot of cool stuff like that can help determine who you are. And there's 10 of them. So there's 10 of them and you roll a D10. So it makes it easy on that side.
Rancid clothing.
What's that?
Rancid clothing.
Oh, rancid? That's soon.
My skin is soft.
Not that the adventure long. Maybe you just have a really good skincare too.
Yeah, I put in the work.
It's all the bog monk. That makes sense, I guess.
Elegance.
Dave, do you have the character sheet? I don't think I forgot to give you the character sheet.
Nope, that's what my notepad was for. I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, there's a fillable one somewhere on the
There's a
website. I
fillable
think.
one. I'll link that. My bad. I was like, I just thought of it. Like, I don't think I'll link the character sheet. I'll throw it in. You can use your notepad if you like. Either way works perfectly, but I'll give it to you just so you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm making a redhead here.
I'm flexible.
Is this the fill? That is the fillable one. All right.
A redhead?
Yeah,
I don't
got,
see a
like-
hair color.
there isn't, but it's just like, oh my gosh.
I have a
Your hair
skin
is
color.
frizzy and my skin is pale. My name is Elizabeth. Not Elizabeth, just Elizabeth.
Oh, just Elizabeth? Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have freckles on here to roll?
I know, I was
They
looking
don't.
for
Oh, they
I
don't.
was like,
Oh.
speech. So my speech is cryptic. Cool, just like in real life.
Is this Boomhauer cryptic or is this speaking in riddles?
Like speaking in riddles.
Nah.
That'd be a fun one shot if somebody could do it. Like I'd kill them and like they'd be dead in the campaign, but in one shot, I would go for it. Like rocks fall, you die in a campaign, but
There's a
Boomhauer's-
trick for that. You write Junior on the next character sheet.
I was gonna say Boomhauer's brother Smoothhauer comes in.
the Death Star shows up and it wipes out your planet. I don't care if we're playing fantasy, like you just see the Death Star in orbit.
I am clone of residue of what was left behind, and I happen to have the 17th on my name.
Oh.
I bear striking resemblance to those who came before me but have been obliviated.
Wonk, wonk.
Sweet. So I'll go on a little bit if you guys are still rolling. No worries. Actually, I'll talk a bit. So one thing I do want to shout out. None of you guys are in this game, but next Wednesday it's upcoming Wednesday the 31st. We are doing our Blades in the Dark game. Where's my book? Oh, there it is. Which is our game of the month for this month. So come through. We've got my Dungeon Jedi Master partner Todd Moonbounce will be on there, as well as that old DM who DM'd the Mothership series that Todd played in as well. And then we've got our usual mainstays. Keith and Adkin will both be on there too. So come through. It should be a pretty fun one. I'm liking the Blaze the Dark system. And we'll be giving away a copy of the PDF too. So come through, we'll check that out, and hopefully you get to win.
Did you want us to continue rolling into starting gear? Or
Oh, yeah,
just
you
stop
can-
at the.
Oh, keep going. Go ahead of me. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So yes, next is starting gear. So this is nice. I liked it because usually Cairn, or at least the way I've played it, it's usually like a one-shot game. You can definitely do campaigns with it. It is a brutal system. You'll probably lose people pretty often. But you could definitely run a campaign with it. But usually I run it for one shots. I think it's kind of fun to get like somebody that's completely random gear, random stuff, random personality, and kind of a fun way to play it. So for armor, you got a D20, 1 to 3, no armor, up to nat 20, you get plate armor. Pretty sweet there. Same thing with helmets and shields, you don't get any. Whoa, 1 to 13, you don't get any. But if you nat 20, you get a helmet and a shield. Then you've got weapons, D20 for those ones as well. If you get a 20, you get a warhammer, battle axe, or halberd. Then you get a little bit of gear, some trinkets, and some tools. And then you kind of round out your character.
So on the weapons, is that an ore in that box, or is that all three?
I think it's an ore. I would say it's an ore. I think they do the same thing, though, if I remember right. But let me look at it.
Yeah, they're like the same category as weapons, perhaps. I'm not sure.
It's a favorite thing.
Because I may be mixing up mouse right now with it.
Yeah.
I think it's all the same, but I don't remember exactly.
One moment, I have to let my dog out to use the restroom.
I don't know, whereas I had to do that a lot last stream. My wife's out of town this weekend, so I got to make sure both of the dogs are not doing anything crazy.
Chainmail.
Do you want us to roll our try and roll anything live, or just take it on faith?
For what do you mean?
I'm just rolling over 10 a lot, and I don't want it to seem suspicious.
Oh no, yeah, you guys are rolling physical dice, yeah. So I trust you guys.
Okay.
Should I get my physical dice? Gotta get my good dice back in my dice tray. Yeah, so with that, let me see if there's anything else with this one. So one thing too, for anybody that's not seen Cairn, it's weird. Yeah, not weird. It's different. You rolling low is better than rolling high in this system. Same with Mouse Rider. I started the game off with a nat 20, and it was the worst nat 20 I've rolled. So nat ones below whatever your stat is, and there's 3 stats: strength, will, and what is that third stat? Dex. And basically, they kind of govern everything with there, and you kind of roll those stats as you're going through to determine what happens to you.
Yeah, so like Mouse Rider, Cairn is also from like Into the Odd. I think Cairn is like a combo of Into the Odd and like Knave or something like that. But it's pretty sweet. We got to get an Into the Odd game running here sometime.
Oh, I'm thinking of doing it next month.
Heck yeah!
Because I'm going to be gone like half the month for September, so I thought like an easy game to do because of quick reviews on would be good. So I'm planning, as long as I get my book before then, which I ordered my book last week, and hopefully I look out like you and Todd and get it quick.
Yeah. I get to roll a D100 for spellbook.
Yeah, I want to do that one. That one and Morgborg are on my list for kind of quick, easy ones.
I've heard good things about Morkborg.
I've got to give it another shot. Well, I had 5 minutes free one day, and I wanted to learn about it. It's beautiful art, but laid out really weird. Like there's a version that's like clean cut, or like not clean cut, but like straightforward in how they lay out the rules. I want to go through and read that one, and then go back and just look at the other one for the art. But I had like 5 minutes. I wanted to go to character creation, and like I could not find it during the 5 minutes. Sweet. Has anybody finished up the PC?
I'm pretty
Almost done,
close.
Okay.
Just gotta roll my
Let's see.
stats. It should be good.
Oh yeah, and
I
your
have
stats are was it 3 or 46? Let me pull it up real quick. I think it's 3d6.
I don't know what that does, but it sounds cool.
3d6 for stats. In order.
Yeah, lovely. Only two.
Let's see. What are the stats of my weapons? Oh, there we go. Okay. D10 damage.
Oh, God. Well, that's a good thing to roll, I think.
What'd you roll?
I picked up a spellbook.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's the magic. Last time we didn't get to use any magic. Nobody rolled a spell book.
I haven't rolled anything else worth anything, I don't think. I got a spirit ward.
Well, I'm not sure.
Too.
I'm not sure if I'm a tank, but I've got armor and a shield, so I'm at a +2 for AC.
Frenzy is my spell.
Not a great armor, but it's armor. And a pretty good weapon. So do these weapons have like any special traits, or is it just a halberd is flavor over a long sword?
It should have different damage. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Well, I know some weapons do.
Because I don't think there's any extra it does with it, but...
And then for stats, you're able to switch any 2, but then that's it. FYI. Oh my gosh. I rolled a 5, a 16, and then a 15.
You got a 6 for stats?
It's 3d6, right?
Yeah, nice. Well, it's overall pretty bad for you, but you're really good at something.
So, there you go. But yeah, if I get a strength check, it's over. We're done.
So I have a spell that makes a nearby creature explode in a frenzy of violence, and I'm not sure that that's a good thing.
Let's see.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yep,
my
that's the-
stats are really bad.
The D6.
Well, your guy must be rich though. He's got like nice armor, nice weapons and shields, but he's just not that great.
I'm just bad at it. I'm at an 8, 6, and 7.
Oh my gosh. I'll trade
That's-
you my extra 15 if you need it. Dang.
I don't think we're allowed to trade across
know.
that way, but if we are, I'll take the. I'll switch it with my 8.
Let's see. Coins, I start with 13 for the gold pieces. I almost forgot about everyone gets like I think rations, gold, and then yeah. Torch. I gotta throw that over here. Okay, so
And one of the things I'll go over too with the rules while we're finishing up characters. So combat, it's a little different than probably you're used to if you're coming from 5e. With this, when you roll to do damage, you always hit. So you always hit when you do an attack, but you roll to do your weapons damage. And that determines kind of if they have armor, kind of what they tank or any DR on there. But it always hits. So it's not one that you roll to hit. It's going to hit, but you can see how bad it is. And when you do take damage, it goes. So you have your HP pool, but then it goes. If you go to 0, it goes to your strength, and then if it takes you down from strength, you die or dying.
I rolled 3, 6, and 2 for my ability scores.
3.
Oh,
You got
God.
wow. How'd you get 2?
Oh yeah, you should have a
At least
minimum of
3.
3.
Yeah.
How? You said I just roll 3d6, right?
Oh, for each stat.
For each stat.
I did that wrong last time too.
I feel better for
I'm
everybody.
not-
I'm
I
glad
feel
we
time those
I
stats
feel
sounded
slightly
pretty good.
better now. I feel slightly better now. Thank you.
Oh.
All right, that
My
makes that
stat.
11.
Okay. And
Sweet with that too.
Okay,
So
11, 12, and 15 then.
well, that's a lot better.
Yeah, I feel better about
for
that.
sure.
A lot better, actually. A lot better.
Okay.
Because 15 would be nice because it'll be hard to roll over that.
Rolled a big 1 for my HP, but I have high dex and a ranged weapon, so we're good. We're fine. I hope.
It's Eldritch Horror. This goes properly, we're all going to die.
That's true.
Well, last time it was just your PC who survived. Everybody else
Well,
died.
Two of us survived the dungeon. I actually lived more than a week after.
Excuse me.
But yeah, no, I was proud of that. I was hoping to keep that streak going. That's not going to happen.
Sweet. Let me know when somebody is done, and we'll go through their PC and go through one by one, and we'll jump into the game after that.
Okay. So, you know my equipment. I got the good stuff all around. I've got armor that exists. I've got a +1 shield, or I have a shield, not a +1 shield. I have a shield, and then I've got my halberd. So I really belong up front, smacking folk. I don't know how well I'm going to do that with an 8 for strength, a dex of 6, and a wisdom of 7. But I'm going to try. And then for a character, my name is Cornora Swinney, a man, blacksmith, flabby, soft, frizzy, luxurious, formal, elegant, disciplined, bitter, dangerous, and apparently blackmailed.
I like that you got bad stats but great armor and got luxurious and formal. So
I
you are
really
the
am.
rich kid. You
I
are
really am the 1% right now.
Definitely
One of you
nice
must
set
be
of
my
story
thrall. Take notes for me so I do not have to.
there. Oh, that's definitely one that flows well together.
Fall in line, and you too may benefit from my privilege.
So you're being blackmailed. What was your guy's name again? I'm gonna write the names down.
Conora Swinney. I was thinking it would work well for a man or a woman, but I don't have to worry about that anymore. I know what I am. I rolled.
I'm throwing it in there. I probably butchered the spelling, but I'm gonna put it in the Discord so I have a spot to remember everybody's names. What's your blackmail? Who's blackmailing you?
I haven't thought about it, but I have to assume that I have many enemies. And I've done something to hurt everyone. And, well, blackmailed would really assume that I have something to be ashamed of, and I'll incorporate that as well.
Right.
Something nefarious.
Scandalous. Oh, all right. Who's next? Doom or Dave?
I can go here. So yeah, I rolled Elizabeth ethics, but not like the term ethics, but like I guess the city. Yeah, and I have a bunch of stuff. So physique, short, skin, soft, hair, frizzy. And then pale, speech cryptic, clothing antique, virtue cautious, vice aggressive, reputation loafer, misfortune blackmailed also.
So this is a blackmailed crew. I'm
And for my
going to be curious to see how
background,
you can be cautiously aggressive.
I think like soft spoken, but then like
Speak
sometimes you let the
quietly and
beast
carry
out,
a big stick.
And then I rolled a background for fun, which is Hunter, which worked great because for my equipment, I ended up getting a crossbow, a large trap, um, some chainmail, a displaced spellbook, crowbar, soap, and then obviously rations and torch. I ended up rolling 1 HP.
Hey, me too.
Hey, and then I have a 5 for a strength, a 16 for dex, and a 15 for will.
Hey, me too.
Oh, you have a 15 for Will too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought you had a 5 for Will. You got good stats.
Well, yeah. Initially, when I only rolled 3 d6s and used 1 for each stat, yes. But
It wasn't so hot that time, but yeah.
once
I'm
I
glad we
realized
caught
my
that.
mistake, good thing one of them was a 2 to tip you off.
Yeah, because I'm like, wow, 3 nat ones. No, that doesn't add up right. That doesn't add up.
I have Emrys Burl, a burglar. He's described as stout, dark-skinned, luxurious hair, a bony face. He speaks precisely, wears rancid clothing. He's also described as serene, greedy, and ambitious, and has been demoted. And I've decided spontaneously that because he's so greedy and ambitious, that he's blackmailing his 2 cohorts into this adventure.
If that works for you guys, I love it.
He has brigandine armor, no helmet or shield, carries an axe, has a spirit ward, bellows, which I probably stole from the blacksmith, and and has a spellbook of frenzy. 1 hit point.
What a hip for you guys are not outside of Kenora, you guys are not the most hardy. Dave, what was your guys' name again?
Emrys Burl.
I'm writing these. I'm throwing these in the Discord too. I'm spelling it how it sounds to me, so it's probably completely wrong, but it works. So we're gonna get into our adventure now, and I just threw a map in the Discord for you guys, but for the stream folks, I'm gonna throw up a map, and this is my homebrew world of Kazia, which is going through a lot of crazy things right now. But this group, we go into a cantina, or I should say a bar. This is in Star Wars. They go into a tavern. filled with people. The group being blackmailed, along with Emrys, is there as well. And you see kind of an older human, almost Grecian style robes, approaches your table. He's got a walking stick, but one of the things you notice with the stick is it does have like gilded runes about it. He's kind of older. He's leaning on the stick. You kind of hear that steady thump, thump, thump as he approaches you. And he goes forward and says, "So you hear about the job? We need good sorts like you all, willing to be ambitious and help make your own fortune." And he goes, "Well, let me tell you a little bit about what you're facing." And he points up those on the stream. If you look up to the cities of Phasia, there is an island named Tish. Within the world of Kasia, it is a newly formed island, and it has been formed by the Mother of Monsters, and it has thrown the cities of Phasia into a pretty significant turmoil. And the cities of Phasia are normally known for trade. They trade a lot with all the other kingdoms around the world, and that's kind of how they earn their living within the world of Kasia. Do you see him kind of roll out a map, and you see kind of just off the coast of Asinta, a little island marked on the map, and he goes, "Well, like I told you over the mail, we lost a ship. We need you to get it back for us. It's from what we heard from the one lone cowardly crew member who's decided to flee versus fight for our cargo. It's on a little island just off the coast of Asinta. Now, you all may have heard rumors about a lot of monsters popping up over there. And that's partly true. There are monsters. I won't lie about that. But it's being blown out of proportion by people trying to take our business. We are the shipping kings of Phasia, and we need you to go there, grab our cargo. We're going to provide you with a boat and bring it back quickly."
That sounds, well, I guess acceptable to me. You two, what do you think?
Elizabeth, I don't want to talk to this man. He's weird. Emrys, I need you to go jump into a lake. You smell.
I probably
We'll
could
do it
use
on
a
the way.
bath.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
I didn't want to say anything, but your clothing, sir. This is not a professional way to come to a meeting.
No, you can say something.
Tell
He's
you
no
what.
one. It's fine.
Tell you what. Give me some new clothes, and I'm in on the deal.
Once you get back, I will provide you with the finest set of clothing
That simply won't do. If we go out there and if we go out there and people see him, they're going to think that he is what he is, and we can't have that. You need to dress him now. He needs to dress as a man
Especially
who
as I'm
might
going
know
to
what he's
be-
talking about.
I'm representing your king of shipping here, and if you want me to represent you kindly, professionally,
Now who's doing the black?
then I suspect that you might want to provide me with a fresh pair of clothes.
That's a bit more attitude than I like to hear from him, but he raises a good point.
Jeez.
You see him. Well, actually, make a will save for Emrys. Oh, dude, that was quick. You already got art.
Yeah, it's from Midjourney. I just generated it.
I've got to start doing some of the AI art. Like it's
19.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, look at that.
well, unfortunately, you see him look at you and like, because rolling high is bad in this game. Unfortunately, so he looks at you and goes, he's literally holding his nose, and he goes, "You sir, you don't represent us. You're outside contractors. We are contracted with you, but we're bearing no liability towards your life actions, and you in no way represent our company. As I said, 2 gold pieces will buy you the finest clothes that one of your type could ever aspire to. But that is if you bring our cargo back intact."
One of
Why
my
don't we
type.
simply go to the costume shop,
Wow.
find something
One
for your
of my
great
type.
majesty? Let's just go to the
May
nearest
I
costume
remind you
shop.
that I am a dark-skinned individual? What do you mean? One of my type, good sir.
I don't recall rolling for race, but okay.
Dark skin.
Yeah, there's a skin
know.
option for it.
He's still holding his. I was like, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I meant, right? Right?
I don't know what you meant. Cohorts, do you know what he meant?
Good Lord, this could go on for everywhere. Just honestly, we know what he means. This man is not
Yes.
meant to
Yes, I know
represent
what he
us, but
means
we
too.
should, we can at the very least go to the nearest costume shop and find something that resembles clothing for him. It's can't be that hard.
Jeez.
You see him go. Oh, we don't want a bad reputation. Here, take a gold. Go buy yourself a nice costume.
Thank you.
Right,
Emrys will, of course, pocket the gold and keep the rancid clothing.
I just
Lovely.
assumed that I took it because he won't get too close to you. And then I pocket it.
He did just throw it on. He did not like hand it to you gently. He threw it on the table. So if you guys want to reach for it, you can go for it. Like we do a dex off and see who gets there. But
No, I don't need to pick up my own money.
really leading into the nobility of the wealthy piece.
Mhm.
It's coming a little too easily, quite honestly. It flows very naturally.
All right. Well, after you guys, you see after that he throws you down a map, shows you where that island is, and he goes, "If you go out to the bay, we've got a boat provided for you. You, of course, will be crewing it by yourselves. We could not spare any additional expense on this endeavor. So, safe journeys."
Lovely. Thank you so much.
You hear him kind of say as he walks away, "You're welcome." Full enthusiasm, completely oblivious. But you are able to make your way to the boat. Actually, is there anything you all want to do before getting on your newly provided boat?
I think Elizabeth's ready to go as much as one can be in such circumstances.
Does this look like a safe craft to you, or are we going to die out there? I don't
how's it
care.
look?
I'm getting on.
You see an older but well-maintained ship. They
Sorry, I
clearly
gotta
went
step away
mid
real
of the
quick.
lines. No worries. Mid of the line on their purchase for this. Like they wanted one that would sure their cargo would get back, but that's as much as they spent. Like right to that gold coin, and they were done. So no frills. It's older. It's definitely seen some wear and tear, but it should get there and back.
I
Hopefully.
always throw coins at the men and make them dance for me.
Well, you guys are able to load up on the ship. And the first little bit is a fairly uneventful journey. This is a couple-week journey, making your way to this island off of the coast of the cities of Thysia. But you do start to hit some choppy waters. And you kind of see as you look ahead a bit of a storm brewing. On one side, actually, everybody give me a will's perception, isn't it? I think so.
Hmm.
So will
it's
say
like it's power of mind and stuff, so probably. Okay. So,
I failed.
oh boy.
I rolled over 10, so I know I failed.
oh yeah, you don't have a stat over 10. Well,
I rolled a natural 20, so
I hate to see
That's
it
a
in
crit
these
fail right there.
circumstances. Oh, well, we'll give Dave a second to get back, but you guys, for what you all see, because you're not sailors, you're not too used to the sea. You do see kind of on one side looks to be a storm is brewing, but you look on the other side, it looks to be pretty clear. You could save some time, kind of cutting through these waters and avoid the storm, and kind of make your way there on the easy side. But we'll give Dave a second to get back before we go all that side, see how he does. with what's his Emerus, his PC.
In proper role
hopefully
playing, I
they're-
probably wouldn't wait to find out what he has to say and just tell the captain to go towards the pretty area that
We're
is
the
a
captain.
shortcut
You
and
guys
also
are the
death.
crew. You
Yeah.
guys- So I feel
Yeah,
like
but I tell the captain what to do. Look at my at my stats. I don't know any better, clearly.
oh, I mean,
and I'm
you guys
wealthy.
are it on the ship.
That's it.
So I feel
So-
like with basic Kanora's background, did you name yourself captain?
I mean, it's either you're the captain or you're Rowan, right? Or whatever.
Oh.
I mean, Elizabeth's probably Rowan at this point with the whole, 5 strength. We're getting out there.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't row. We'll survive. We won't. It's fine.
Kanora's rolling, or maybe Empress is helping, but Kanora's rolling by herself right now. The sails are out. You guys are kind of making your way towards there. We'll keep it going. So we'll say Empress right now is figuring out how to further blackmail you guys and not paying attention. Where are you guys going? Those clear waters? Through the storm.
I mean, it's
Oh,
gotta
clear
be
waters. I already made a
It's
decision.
clear waters.
Clear
Oh,
waters.
well, thanks. Great.
Well, so as you guys go through, and the clear waters for a while, it's just kind of steady sailing. You hear the kind of rhythmic rowing from Elizabeth, and everything seems to be going well for a period of time. But you start to hear kind of thuds against the ship, and kind of like the sticky, squeaky climbing, like this, like sounds like suction cups going on and climbing up.
Guests have arrived.
Is that you? Or...
No, we have guests.
Oh.
I know. I specifically requested entertainment. I'm sure someone's here. Please roll well. We need you. We need you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're our only hope.
I'm sorry, what I miss?
Well-
nothing important.
Well, the group, we had a will saving throw. Unfortunately, Empress did miss it. So there was. Let's see if a will. We'll see what you roll to see what you would have thought of this. So roll a will save.
10 against my 15.
So yeah, if you had been there in time, you would have seen that while the one side of the sea as they're sailing through, there's a clear storm brewing, but on the one side looked deceptively clear. It was just kind of clear water, easy sailing coming through. But as they paddled through, and you would have seen this, there were tentacles kind of emerging from the water at certain periods of time. And now you hear these tentacles kind of slacking on to the ship and kind of just climbing their way up. What's the crew doing?
You also missed that I declared that entertainment has finally arrived, and I am getting ready to head outside and welcome them. Always looking forward to seeing what kind of entertainment a shoe of this type can provide.
I think he named himself Captain too.
Yeah.
I didn't
Also.
need to.
Didn't he?
Okay. I see how it is. Well, remember who it is who has the blackmail.
Clearly, I don't. I recognize you have blackmail. I just don't think enough of you to be able to do anything with it.
As soon as we get back into town, it's over.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm never gonna make it.
I acknowledge the blackmail, but I just don't acknowledge your capabilities.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Elizabeth's gonna go outside, to see what's up.
Perfect. Well, you guys have your ship. You've got the mast in front, sail over it. You've got the the oars on two sides. The ship has two levels as well, and you hear kind of coming across the edge. If you peer over to either side, you see two giant eels attached to the side on both sides. So four total, but two on each side, coming up and just kind of slapping. They've not made their way up, but they're kind of just, you see them kind of fall back, throw themselves forward, and inch their way up a little bit. And you hear that kind of suctiony slap continue. What are you guys thinking? What are you all doing here?
I'm trying to figure out how eels have suction cups.
How does the eels have suction cups?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to throw a Kraken at you. I didn't want to.
Okay.
I'd like to look down behind me as I exit the cabin, and I yell down, "Giant mermaids of the octopus variety.
All of that's completely incorrect.
They're here to welcome us."
Okay.
That's totally different from what I see on my side. Let's trade sides.
Well, I only see their
And
legs so far.
you s-
The rest is
you
sure to
said they're-
arrive.
like throwing themselves up on the deck and then, but like not able to grab hold yet, right?
Oh, so they're not on the deck yet. They're still on the
Okay.
kind of the hull of the ship. They're going towards the deck, kind of inching
Okay.
their way closer as you guys discuss.
And I'm
Um,
imagining these enormous tentacles, like things that could pull the ship down, probably.
So not that big, but there are kind of four of them flopped on the ship so far, and they are about 4 feet long. So they are pretty long on that side, and they are kind of inching their way up. And you do actually, Emrys, now that he's paying attention, does see more in the distance.
Guys, we've got more coming, so we should probably deal with these four first.
I was wrong. It's not mermaids. It's sushi.
I'm looking at my stuff right now. Part of me wants to crowbar them off, but I have a whole 5 in strength, so I don't think that would go so well.
Why don't you use your crossbow and shoot at them?
Yeah, I was probably just gonna try and crossbow one of these guys.
All right. So everybody, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
One for these
None than
guys.
that 20, please.
16 against my 12.
Oh my gosh, that's an 18 for me.
That-
We're starting off strong today.
Oh
so
my
that's a fail.
god, that's. I thought I might get lucky and have that be a success, but that's a 7 against my 6, so that's a fail.
Oh.
Well, both they failed as well, so players get to go first.
Okay. Okay,
So do we have an order, or we just kind of declare what we're doing?
Yep, you guys all go on the same turn with this one. No initiative order with it. So you guys can kind of go through and determine who wants to go first and do what with their action. You hear these things inching along. You've got your sails, you've got your oars, you've got more on the horizon. What are you all thinking of doing to survive?
Elizabeth is gonna sort of go to the port side and like try and lean over and get an angle on one of these suckers. Get it, suckers?
Suckers.
Well played. All right. Roll me some crossbow damage.
Okay, so crossbow's a D8, so we're rolling out here, but it's bulky, so I have like no room for anything else. Oh, sorry, that was a D10. D8 here. That is a 5 for damage.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Take it down. How does it?
Hey, yeah, so Elizabeth sort of like takes the crossbow and just sort of like leans over while trying to like keep from totally going overboard, and just nails one to the to the side of the ship, and just sort of sags down, all sad.
It's got kind of a little U or an N on the ship now as it
Yeah.
sags down on the
A
arrow.
little decoration.
A warning to the others.
Yeah.
3 are still kind of pawing their way up the ship.
Are these within like arm's reach for me to like lean over and hit one with an axe or something, or like?
You could try to lean over and cleave one off.
All right, I guess I'll try that.
Sure.
So what do I roll again? I'm sorry.
So what type of weapon are you using?
Axe, which is a D8.
So Sweet.
So just
D8?
attack.
Hmm?
That's a 1.
All right. You slash it to the
Oh, wait,
beast
no,
with
that's
your
damage.
axe, but you see its hide seems like it absorbs most of that all of that damage. Actually, you kind of smack into it, just a little mark appears, but the eel overall appears fine.
A wet thump.
I would like to attack that same eel.
All right,
Do I need to make a strength attack roll or just roll for damage?
just roll for damage to the system.
Thank goodness, otherwise I'll never hit. I'll find a better die next time. This time I'll roll with whatever this is. Okay, so that is 4 points of damage with my halberd that I spring down on it. And I would probably I have a ridiculous phrasing I want to throw at this. He Connolly would swing down with his halberd at the eel and go urumaki, which is a kind of sushi because he thinks he's having sushi. He goes urumaki, and then he looks at I had your name up a second ago, Emerus, and says, Emerus, go fetch the cook. Tell him to begin a crab salad. Because he needs to make it
It's
for
not
our
even a
sushi.
crab.
There isn't a cook. We're the only crew, you dumbass.
No, I imagine we must have a crew. I might
Nope.
not see them, but they're there.
The best kind of servant. So you feel stuff's done, but you've not seen them, right? All right. Well, you cleave through that one. 2 eels are left. You see the waters are teeming with them. The ship is continuing to sail forward. Let's get some eels on there. So they are going to. You guys have killed one from each side. So one is going to plop up and try to go after Elizabeth, and the other is going to come after Emerus. So they plop up onto the deck, kind of wiggling and ranting over there, and they're going to take 2 bites. So first one at Elizabeth, 4. Second one at Emerus, 1.
This might be it for Elizabeth, guys. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you only have 1 HP. Shit.
I only have
Do
1
you have any
HP.
armor?
Yeah, I have 2.
Oh, that's good. So that
So,
still goes into strength a bit.
yep.
I have 1 hit point and 1 armor.
Yeah,
So you're good. The armor protects you. You got a 1.
I'm down to 3 on my strength, which is sweet.
Make a strength save. Oh,
Yep.
that's gonna be.
Yep. It's gonna be a tough sell, huh?
Yeah.
Come on, I've rolled an 18 and a 20 so far. So let's see if we can balance it out here.
Oh,
That's a 9, which is certainly not good enough.
Fortunately, not. I gotta remember what critical injury is in this one. Is it a scar?
Double check. Injury. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll figure that out in a second. I think it's a scar, but my Google or my searching is not pulling up anything right now.
I'm looking for it. So scars. No, that's just when the HP reaches exactly 0.
Okay.
Let me see.
Oh, critical damage, not critical injury. That's what.
Yeah.
So they must make a strength save to avoid critical damage. Any piece of that stuff is critical damage. Ooh. You cannot do anything but crawl weakly, grasping for life. If given aid or rest, you'll stabilize. If untreated, you'll die within the hour. So you guys see this eel flop on the deck and take a big bite out of Elizabeth, and she falls to the ground, still conscious, still moving, but in rough shape. Fortunately, Emerus's armor saved them from their bite. And you guys are back up. The ship's still sailing forward. You see more eel water in the distance. There's 2 eels up on the deck, kind of flitting around using their suction cups to propel them forward. What's the crew doing?
Just
Can
crawling
Emil, you need
around
to keep
desperately.
pushing. You need to
Can-
keep rowing. We're never going to get away from these folk.
Can-
And I bring my halberd down on one of them.
All right. Roll
can
some help. Oh, go ahead.
can Emrys see a direction in which the eels are not quite so thick?
Make a will save. Because right now you just see kind of the eels, like kind of the eels to the east and kind of to the west, the storm, or the south or northwest, northeast, because you guys are going in the same direction. But there may be a good path if you succeed.
Nope, 20.
You see,
I'm rolling really good for D&D.
that's
Yeah,
how it goes.
Would have been great.
You see, yeah, pretty much the same path. So either eel waters, storm waters, but definitely contentious no matter which way you go.
All right. I guess I'll just smack something with an axe.
All right. And then did Kenora roll for their halberd?
No, I was letting Emil's story for a minute. Emrys' story. So that is 5 points with my halberd.
Take out another eel.
1 point for me.
Everest once again. You smack it.
I should probably use the sharp side of the axe, shouldn't I? Nobody said he was smart.
Perfect. And then, unfortunately, poor Elizabeth is. What's poor? You can still crawl. You could anything Elizabeth would want to do on her turn.
Yeah, I mean, Elizabeth is currently worried for her life, so she's gonna just see if she can throw herself down the stairs and away from immediate danger.
Throw herself down the stairs. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Just a
Is she
I
pregnant?
want you to know, I'm not worried.
Thanks.
It'll.
Just drink
That
some
makes
water.
one
You'll
of
be
us.
fine.
Yeah.
Walk it
on,
off.
Elizabeth.
Well, the ship continues to sail. Who wants to roll a d20 for me?
I guess I'll roll it. I've been rolling great so far on a D20.
All right,
I was
this
gonna
is
say, I'm not gonna do it for
opposite of my usual. 11 below is good.
8.
There we go.
8.
No eels. You got to continue cutting through the water. No additional eels have set up on the ship. You still see them flopping around in the waters below, but none have latched on and begun their climb aboard.
Let's go.
I think the one stapled to the side is working as a deterrent.
You see it just flapping in the wind, both sides flapping in the wind. Maybe the eels are taking the message. But you got one eel left on the ship. Ship still sailing through eely waters. What's crew doing?
I'll hack it
Figure
apart.
out.
I guess I'll
One.
I'll continue to look for a better
I'm
way.
certain it's dead. I'm certain. I wouldn't fail.
A 13 on a search for way again this time, so against my 15. So yay!
That's good. Yeah, you find like just this narrow passage that's on course where you see it's kind of darker waters and there's not any of the eels present, but it's still far enough away from the storm that you can kind of ride the winds but not get caught in the waves and kind of the franticness of the storm. And you can use your action to steer towards there if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
Perfect. You steer towards there, get out of the eel waters, kind of ride those winds of the storm. There's one eel left after Elizabeth threw herself down the stairs. She's all right, but no, she'll be safe from this roll. Unfortunately, they're going to take a shot at Kenora. You see the last of the giant
Emil,
eels.
protect me. Emrys, protect me.
Can't even remember my name, you bastard.
I won't have to for very long.
All right. This one, you see, this is the one I think you guys have hit 3 times, but not hurt. And this is a ferocious looking eel. It launches at Kenora and it lashes on with its teeth for 6 damage.
Highly inappropriate.
Because you've got
All
decent
right.
armor, right? Hopefully...
I have an armor of +1 and a shield, so that would give me a 2.
Okay.
which
How
I
much
believe
HP?
means that I have 4 HP, more than enough.
You're at 0. You get a scar. You get a
More than enough.
scar.
You get a scar.
Roll a
Lovely.
d20 for me. I think it's a d20. Let me make sure.
A D12.
D12. Okay.
Okay, I'll re-roll with a 12. I have to find one. Do 7.
Hamstrung.
Hamstrung. You can
Oof.
barely move until you get serious help and rest. After recovery, roll 3d6. If the total is higher than your max dex, that's good actually.
Yeah. So for most of these are like a positive thing, but there's some like little downside, like ow, you've really been hurt, but
Come out stronger the other side. So this
Basically.
eel takes a bite out of your leg. Your hamstring is pulled. You are also crawling on the deck now, where Elizabeth is bleeding out, like seriously in danger of dying. Your leg is hurt. I don't know how Kodora
That
will
seems
take
about
that. I don't know how, but
Seems about right.
I'm just waiting there for Emerus, would you please make yourself useful? Don't have all day.
And like
You
a pool of her own
bastard.
blood, sort of just.
So I guess I stop steering the ship and charge at the eel and try to whack it with my
Whack it,
axe.
do more than one, do at least 3.
Come on, 3, 5.
Finish the last
Hey.
eel. This is the bastard that not only took a bite out of. This is the same one that took the bite out of both of these two.
I have to
There's
admit, I
one
was
eel,
tempted
man.
to cast frenzy on it to have it take
Let
out.
it finish the job. Let it
Yeah.
That would have been foolish. Who would look after you if I were gone?
Yes, but I could have your stuff.
Yeah, it wouldn't do you any good. You wouldn't know what to do with it.
Jeez, man.
Sell
Tough
it.
crowd.
Sell it.
So,
I know what to do with stuff. You
You
sell it.
don't know what to do with money. It's cute that you think you do. All right, we're Emerus, you
blows by the
killed
end of
the
this.
thing, I suspect. Please treat my leg.
I rip a piece of my rancid clothes and wrap his wound in my
Not that.
soggy milk smelling.
You have to get something
Spit
else.
on it while I'm at it. I heard if you pee on a wound, it heals faster.
That's if I pee on a wound. Your pee is just urine. There's nothing special about it.
Well, then I guess you better get to pissing on yourself. Is that what they mean when they say piss off?
Something like that.
You guys are able to have clear sailing for the next day. So I think so this will be like so more than a month, but less than a week. So you don't get unfortunately, poor Elizabeth does not get her point of strength back. But you do get your 1 HP back. So don't spend it all in one place.
No promises.
I think for the scar, I think you just needed a short rest for that too, and rest. Yeah.
Serious help and rest.
So roll 3d6. What's your dex?
Not good.
What could be better now? This actually
could be better.
It likely is. I've rolled a modified 12. So if it was a 6, it's a 12 now.
so.
Yep.
Somehow this thing bites you. Well, we actually not even somehow. Emerson's rancid clothing spit somehow gives you an infection. You fight it off the next day, but somehow you feel faster. Is it because you have less flesh? Who knows?
You stretch out your hamstring. Now it's all loosey goosey, and you can run faster, just like in real life.
So is my HP still at 0, or did it come back up to 4?
Let's be honest here. The only reason why it was so low before was because he was too proud to admit that he could get hurt. Now
And I
he's
just
learned
bled
to get
now
out
for
of
the
the
first
way.
time.
Oh shit, my blood is red.
I just thought that a little exercise would be good for all of us. And look, I've limbered up. It's great. Just needed to stretch. You could learn something, Emerus.
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll come back at 10, and we'll get on Monster Island and see if you guys can get the ship back in one piece. Yeah, 9 for 2, 8 minutes. We'll be right back, guys.
Rubber arms.
Welcome back, everybody. Apologize for the wait. As I was telling the crew, my wife's in Vegas having a very good time right now. And more stories of that to come. But we are back into the game, back into Cairn as the group goes towards Monster Island to retrieve the shipping company's ship. With the company that seems like it's more gold focused than pretty much anything else.
Welcome to corporate America.
It's a corporate Kazi. You guys are expendable. You are a what would that be? A little deficit that have to endure.
No, they're expendable.
Awesome.
I'm irreplaceable. They'll come get me
You
if anything
keep
goes
telling
wrong.
yourself that.
I don't have to tell myself that. I hear it all the time.
You do hear things you say, so that's true.
There you go.
Everyone says.
Now, Tegan, the last time I played a game with you, you forgot to turn something on when we came back from break. Double check everything.
No, well, I've stopped using Zoom.
Okay.
That's why we have the Ninja Link, because it's foolproof. I don't have to do much. I have to set it up initially, and then it just runs.
All right.
It kills processing power like ridiculously, which is why I have to have one laptop, or my laptop for my Ninja stuff, and then my computer for my OBS stuff. But it works.
Okay.
Sweet. So you guys, the rest of the journey towards the island is as smooth sailing as it can be. As you guys patch yourselves up and somehow wind up more dexterous. Some of you after your hamstring incident, and some people just get back up feeling a little bit worse for the wear. But who says there's a class divide? But as you guys make your way through, you do see this small island in the distance, shrouded with fog. And you guys know that within this island is the ship that you all seek. It washed ashore after being assaulted by the monsters in the storm, and it is on the shore. So you guys just need to make your way there, grab the cargo, do a couple haul runs back, and you're there. You're clean free. Easy tidings.
Yeah. Super easy.
Super easy. Like,
I mean,
Questions. I should know the answer to number one. Did I get my full HP back? Am I back up to 4?
full HP, because luckily you didn't
Question.
lose any strength, so you're back up to normal.
Question number 2. If the island's surrounded by fog, how do we even see the island? Didn't we just see a big fog?
See the outline.
You see the outline of the island. The fog is
All right, fair
heaviest
enough.
on the interior of the kind of the land of the island, where you guys need to go
Okay.
to find where the ship kind of
Onward.
wrecked itself. All right, well, you guys make land, and you see this island is a jungle of beasts. You see there's trees everywhere. There's high grass. It sounds like it's alive with the life. You hear kind of the fluttering of bird wings, the chittering of insects on the ground, rustling in the branches. It seems like there's life all around you, but you need to find where this ship ended up. What's a crew's first point of order?
Wouldn't it make more sense to stay on the boat and circle the island until we find it against the shore rather than landing on the beaches?
It washed up pretty far ashore after that storm. With the fog, you guys don't see it if you circle around.
I feel the rails buckling.
It was just a high tide. It's okay.
I feel like maybe we found the wrong island.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know, guys. It isn't here.
We search the
No,
whole
no, it's
island.
this one.
We
I
find
know.
it.
I
We
would
find
know
a
better.
we find a mushroom that pops up and says, "Sorry, your boat's on the wrong island."
Oh no.
All right, fine. We go on shore because that's where the rails have pointed us to, and I don't know, this
guess
way
we
or that
just-
way.
Yeah, let's just head straight in and start looking around, right?
Forever dog. Give me some will saves as you guys get in.
Okay.
I actually made that one.
So who
I had
passed?
will
So
4.
Kenora,
I passed a roll of 12 and I have
Soup.
a will of 15, so we're good.
you all three passed. So as you guys kind of go through the island, and you kind of probably would do a lap around the perimeter, you do see kind of what looks to be like large drag marks in the sand. Like almost colossally large, like they're calling something big and heavy through the sand. And you do see the all passing bits of tentacles as well, kind of like scraped off, like a little like almost like they kind of rubbed against something hard as they're hauling something through the sand. And you kind of see them littered in a clear path through the kind of leading deeper within the forest.
It seems like one
A land
large
kraken.
drag thing, or does it seem like several smaller drag things?
Like one object being dragged or
Yeah,
small?
yeah.
Oh yeah, one object. Yeah.
Hmm,
So you see
guys,
multiple like other marks, that kind of like tentacles, kind of like looks like they're
Yeah.
something's dragging it, but one big thing.
I think
Someone
it votes
doesn't know
that
how
way.
a ship works. It's supposed to go to sea, not inland.
Yeah, wow, how
We're
foolish
going
of
to
them,
have to
huh?
educate someone.
Maybe the boat's still in one piece, and we won't have to unload everything.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
We just
I'm
have
hold
to
my breath there.
figure out how to push it back out to the ocean.
Oh, they pulled it this far. They should be able to push it back. It's fine.
I'll let you do the explaining then. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's follow the
Let's-
drag
He
mark.
taps
Yeah,
his
follow
halberd
the
against the
tracks.
floor.
As you guys make your way through the jungles, you hear just kind of this cacophony of animals and noises around you, just kind of almost overwhelming the senses with the heat, the noise of it, and just the almost oppressive feel of creatures just almost watching you as you make your way through. And you guys go and kind of spend about a couple of hours hiking through this hot jungle, and you do come to a little bit of a clearing, and you see on the other side a lake, and within the lake, you do see just offhand a mast broken off within the water. And around there, you do see several caves kind of dotting the landscape within the water. What does the crew do?
I don't like the look of those caves.
Yeah, I
You
have
said
a
there are
feeling something's
animals.
hiding in there.
Is there anything nearby I can kill? I'm hungry.
Wow.
Well, there's
Did
all those
you go through all
tentacles
of
on the
your
ground over
rations?
there. Go get some calamari.
I'll go get some calamari.
Well, you thought the eels were sashimi or whatever.
I was preparing to make sashimi, or have someone make it for me. Have someone make it for me.
I don't think you know how to make anything except for an ass of
I don't.
yourself.
I don't need to.
So did Kenora starve this adventure, or did somebody make him food?
I mean, we have rations.
It's-
You know we have rations, right? We
Mother made me a
bought those
trail
before.
mix.
Mother made me trail mix, he says.
that's Kenora's
Some
rations. It's
jerky.
a real big bag of trail mix. A real big-
But all of the M&Ms have been eaten out of it. Oh, no.
That's the best
All
part.
that's
how it
left are
goes so quickly.
raisins.
Still reasons.
I told her I just wanted a giant bag of M&Ms, but no, that's not a balanced diet, Kanara.
Anyways,
So this ship
bunch of caves.
underwater.
Bunch
Yeah,
of
so you see the
caves.
mast in the water, bunch of caves with some, and there's a kind of three main caves you see. One of them mast is in front of, but it seems to be a bit smaller. There is one to the right, a little bit larger. And you see the one where it looks like the mast broke off. There's not like any like land around it. It's just kind of a cave over the water. To approach it, you would need to swim through. The two on the left and right, or two to the right of it, so in the middle and the right, both have kind of like little plateaus of land in the middle that you could swim up to and get out of the water and walk along deeper into the cave system. But what's the crew thinking?
I feel like maybe we should try to start a fire and see if we can smoke something out of some of these caves.
I
Okay.
get it.
I mean, this stuff seems aquatic, so I feel like they're not going to like fire too much. So rather than going
humor
in,
you.
maybe we should try to get them out. Does the mast still have part of its sail?
It does.
So
It is wet though.
and it's out in the water. We'd have to swim through to get to it.
It's also very misty. I believe that any attempts to create fire might be ill-fated.
Right.
Well, I mean, we do have our torches. So torches are designed to catch even when wet, typically. So I think we would be able to start a fire. Whether we'd be able to maintain something beyond that or not is an entirely different conversation.
Yeah.
What would we have to do to try to find dry kindling, things like that, to try to build a fire?
Definitely. So you guys are trying to. So are you gonna? Where are you gonna build the fire?
At the mouth of a cave that we can walk up to without swimming into it.
All right. So you guys can reach the cave on the right side. Actually, you can reach all 3 caves without swimming, but you're gonna have to do some climbing.
It's gonna be the hard part. All right. I mean, we can try. We can try a climb, right? That'll be fun.
I don't climb.
Well, I can try a climb.
All right.
So,
All right. All right.
so Elizabeth and I will climb up there, and then you can stand at the ground there with your halberd and poke whatever comes out.
But Elizabeth? How did you get up there? I'm having trouble finding a foothold. How did you?
What do we need to roll for this?
You went here, and then how did you do that? Oh my goodness!
All right. You guys are climbing. Give me strength saving throws.
Okay. Well,
No.
here I go.
10.
I'm gonna
Wait,
say, let's say like.
Oh, actually,
right
sorry.
hand.
Dexterity. They actually do list
Doesn't
climbing and
matter.
dexterity.
well, 10
so-
still works for Dex. So
Sweet.
And,
19 isn't
let's
going to
say
work on anything.
Let's say the right side for the.
So the
cave.
furthest. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Hey, I got a nat 1.
hey,
Perfect. Yeah. It's one of those weird. Even though that one, knowing the system, it still sounds like terrible. But
Oh, I got a nat 1.
works. Sweet. So, did all 3? No. Kenora unfortunately failed.
Unfortunately, so.
Natural
Kenora-
19. I fail no matter what I roll.
Well, luckily, I think your armor will stop this. But you see Elizabeth and Imris kind of just naturally start climbing along the rocks, moving their way towards the cave. You said you don't climb, and you try to get up there, and you fall backwards. Your armor and shield just weighing you down. And you crash to the ground. You take 2 damage, but I think your DR is 2, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you just fall. It's not great. You're not hurt. I don't know if Imris's pride is hurt. Not Imris.
I
Fedora's
think he has to
pride
go
is-
deal with his baby.
But you just come crashing to the ground as the other 2 make their way through there.
Elizabeth, I'm going to need a rope.
I don't have a rope.
Well, make one.
With what?
Think of something, please.
Is there anything up here
Actually-
on this cliff
Well,
edge?
let's see. What garbage did I actually have on my character sheet? Because I do have a pulley. I don't
You have
know
a
why I have a
pulley?
pulley. I have a pulley. Yeah, it's one of the items that I rolled. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I have
Yeah.
one.
I feel like if they gave you the pulley, they have to give you some rope. Let me look that up real quick. I think you can't just give a pulley out.
Just a pulley. Worst case, I was gonna say maybe I'll throw down my crowbar and see if that can at least help. You know,
I mean, I mentioned
crowbar
that
out there.
rope exists, but I didn't roll for it.
If they gave you a pulley, which it just says pulley in here, I'm looking at the website now to see if I can find any more. I'm going to say they gave you a rope. We'll say they gave you what standard D&D length. They gave you 50 feet of rope with your pulley.
I mean, it's on the list of things you can roll, but if you want to give me rope, I'll take rope, and I'll make someone make a path up there for me with the rope. Here's a pulley. You can use that.
All right. So are you like harnessing yourself in and having them, or asking them to pull you up?
Telling them yes.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Let me be the one to do it.
I assume Emrys is helping too. Why wouldn't he?
He is the one that blackmailed you.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it. He needs me alive to make any use of that.
Yeah. So you throwing up the rope?
Yes, yes. Take the rope and help me. Good lord.
All right. Well,
Apparently, I
if
have
you
to
guys
throw things.
do you decide to pull him up, roll. You can roll a deck save with advantage.
Okay.
Kenora.
Okay, with advantage, that is yeah, that's a success with advantage. Actually, they're both a success. That's weird. Okay, yeah, I in theory I make it up. Do I make it up?
Yeah, you make it up. Well, I don't know if you can say you made it up, but you are brought up. You are right by your bootstraps. Right
I did it.
Wow. That's great. That's
Aren't
awesome.
I?
What's it look like around this cave?
So you guys make it to the cave on the right. You see kind of the dual paths alongside of it with land above the water. You see it goes deep within, and you see it kind of curves a little bit as it goes deeper within. But you see kind of dark, murky waters, and you start to see kind of little splashes, like sounds like fish sometimes, but sometimes it sounds like a larger than fish as you kind of see around the corners. But you do with the right cave, you have kind of ledges that are high enough that you can walk across them without worrying about jumping into the water.
Cool.
Are you guys trying to smoke or throw a lot of smoke into the cave, or what are you guys thinking?
I don't know how easy that's going to be with the whole climb aspect, you know? Because, yeah, we just have torches on us. I don't think anyone has, like, you know, a full tree that they rolled for or whatever. So,
I have some incense. But that's really just for
perfect.
mood more than anything else.
Yeah.
Which is rather dreary, so I suppose I might as well light it.
Yeah, I might just take out a torch in one hand
You
and
light it.
see.
Elizabeth practically lights the torch. Kenora gets some incense going, which it probably smells nice. What's your incense smell like?
I'm checking the rule book first, but if
I don't think there's anything
it's
in
not
there.
there, I'm just
Yeah.
going to say it has a very floral scent because I need something very, very floral to wash out the
The rancid.
ixnay on the
Fair enough.
Cool.
up
You
there, I would say.
you smell the floral scent kind of go through, and it kind of covers up that rancid scent a bit. Although Everest has been the one that saved your life a few times, he does have
It's his
very
job.
rancid clothing. It just,
Hey now.
See, I don't know about you, but I'd like to not be blackmailed anymore. That's my sort of thing going into this. I don't know if you're familiar, but you know.
I'm not worried about it. It's fine. It's nothing bad ever happens to me. It's fine. I was worried about the blackmail at first, but I mean,
What did I miss?
So
you
you guys,
carried me up, and then you thanked me for the opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Or you should have.
Yeah.
I have,
And it looks
I
like
have,
it might be a little bit harder to get the like firewood up here or whatever. But we're up here, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I have a torch out and we're hanging.
I lighted some incense because you stink, man.
Okay.
And I just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
All right. You had some sandalwood with you?
I actually did have some incense on me. It was on my character sheet.
One of the things you rolled.
This whole
But
time
yeah.
just noting stuff down in the notebook. Little black notebook. One more thing. All right.
And you do see as you kind of look out there, well, just you see kind of that long tunnel within the right cave that you came across. You just see it does curve to the left towards the end with those two walkways raised up. And you guys do see kind of like those the little splashes, but you also see kind of pieces of wood floating in through the waters as well.
Something tells me the boat's not still in one piece. Maybe it was the mast out there. Maybe it's the broken
That might
pieces of
be-
bits in here.
That might be a good indication, I gotta say.
I think whatever that log is, it's heavier than a witch, so we need it with us for weighting
Yeah.
purposes.
Let's
Monty Python reference.
let's delve a little deeper here and see what's good.
All right. Elizabeth taking the lead, torch out, casting light, kind of beating back the shadows of this rocky cave. You do move forward, and you see kind of as you approach around the bend, there are what can see these splashes in the water continue, but you do approach as you kind of round the bend, what looks to be a fork. You've got. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just wondering what the entertainment's going to be. That stuff that's in the water.
You've got three paths that you can go to. Each of the three paths does have a walkway. You see that looks like the left path has some more pieces of the boat. All three look they have some of the kind of wood chunks and pieces of the boat floating through their waters. The far left path seems like it has the most. But what's the crew thinking? How do you want to proceed?
I guess the path the most calls to me personally. What about you two?
I feel like that's where the rails are taking us. Yes.
What rails are you talking about? Elizabeth.
Oh,
Elizabeth
no,
sort of,
just
looks
that's
on the
just
ground.
what the that's just how we speak sometimes. I am using the royal we, by the way.
Yes, of course.
The royal wee wee. All right, understood. He's a massive dick, but he has a tiny one.
That's not the blackmail. Is that the?
Doesn't really matter. I have money. See, what are you going to do with the blackmail?
But not enough to buy a personality, I'm afraid.
I don't need one.
Okay, folks.
All
I
right.
was always a fan of Frost myself. I feel like we should take the path least traveled.
Just stop walking.
Right. Left
All right,
or
left
path, whatever. Yeah.
All right. You guys maneuver through the left path. And everybody make a will save first.
Oh boy.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
14, which is still a success for me.
Ooh, that's a 19, which is a fail for me.
So, Emrys, as you guys walk through the left path, it's pretty easy going for a while. You see these pieces of the boat, but you hear kind of loud clapping. It sounds like clapping, but it sounds like a large thing going in and out of water, just like smacking the water. And you hear rushing water coming towards you, just almost like you kind of hear it before you see it, like almost like a little tidal wave of water coming towards you, but you have just enough time to see it and do something. What do you do, Emrys?
Grab something to hold on to. I don't want to warn the others. I just grab something to hold on to.
Wow. Thought we were pals.
I might
I
get
make
out
it
and,
very
oh,
hard
shit.
for anyone to be friendly with anyone.
Well, all right. So no warning for the rest of the crew. You guys have dexterity saves. Emrys, you make yours an advantage. The rest of the crew regular.
Okay.
As you grab onto a pillar, a little stalactite, I think, coming down from the wall and anchor yourself to the cave.
That would be a
8.
stalactite.
That's a win.
Oh, that's 10, so success for me.
Nice.
I also rolled a success.
Nice. The water rushes through the cave, pushing and pushing and pushing. But all three of you, even those who were surprised and just saw Emrys grab hold of that stalactite, survive. You guys, you're not pushed or gathered up and hurled into the water. You're just still there, soaking wet, but still on the walkway. And you guys see as the water recedes, these giant catfish kind of jumping in and out that surely would have attacked you if you fell with that.
Cool. Hey, let's keep on going and avoid those catfish. And hey, look, we all got bats.
And for those curious why I chose a giant catfish, it's one of the monsters listed in Cairn's things. I'm like, she's a giant catfish if you see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys keep yourselves all there. And Ibris, you did hear, it sounded like a creature made that wave. I don't know if you'd be inclined to share or not. I'll leave that up to you.
I don't think
I
that
continue
wave was
walking forward.
natural.
What do you mean not natural?
I mean, I don't think something made it that would normally make it, like a tide. Like
What are you
maybe
two
a
discussing?
creature
Come
or
along.
something.
So we should keep our wits about us?
Wits. We're working with a half-wit over here.
Okay, well, you know.
You and I will keep our wits. That one can keep the half.
I do have an extra half-wit, yes. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Let's continue forward. And can I relight my torch here? Because I imagine that.
You could definitely relight your torch there.
Okay.
You proceed forward, continue moving through these tunnels, seeing more and more pieces of the boat until you get to kind of a stretch in the middle where you actually see the lost boat. It is battered, broken. You only see kind of like the back half of the ship. And for those who had sailed, you realize that's where most of the cargo is kept. And you see that it is hauled onto a little piece of land. And you see kind of near it, these little tendrils kind of emerging. And you see kind of heads snaking in and around. And you see these tendrils and heads belong to a hydra. Do you see? It does not seem like it's noticed you, but it is kind of almost like swimming around the ship. Its heads, 9 of them, kind of maneuvering through the ship, kind of looking in it. Its tentacles pawing at it, and you see a hydra around it. And you guys, I'll say outside of Kenora, all know. Actually, Kenora will know, but I'll let you decide if Kenora realizes it. This hydra, maybe you could take it. Like this is it's a real monster. In a straight fight, it'd be somebody's probably gonna die. But you see this creature around there. You do see kind of bits of the ship strewn about. This is a large cavern with multiple kind of tributary tunnels around it. What are you guys thinking?
Amaris, go deal with it.
I'd like to Benny Hill it and start running in and out of caves. And
that's what I was going to say.
Like
I think
Scooby-Doo monster running back and forth in and out the doors.
You've got to do the classic, like, Souls-like move and just kite around it, right?
Oh, you have a crossbow. You have a crossbow.
Yeah. I have some glue you can take. That'll make it easier. You can glue it down.
Glue?
I have yeah. Glue is the one item on my character sheet I haven't used yet.
I have a large trap, which
yeah,
that works. I rolled up essentially a hunter, so
And I imagine I still have my rope and pulley, unless that was a consumable. Perhaps we could lure it into a trap, get it stuck there with glue, and then use a pulley system to make it, I don't know, just suspend it somewhere so it's more trapped than it was.
So we're making a better mousetrap.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Does it have Acme written across it? Does it?
I can.
No, there's no reason to. The Kraken can't read.
I can shoot from a distance, but I don't think I'd be very good in a straight-on fight here. Gotta be honest.
I think the trap route is probably our best bet. Lure it away and trap it.
So why don't we choose one of the little, shoot offs here, and then we can lead it through, trap it, and then just go to town on it.
I mean, we don't even have to go to town now. We can just leave it trapped and get our booty and
I don't
go.
want to. I mean, I have a crossbow. I'll just keep shooting it and hoping for the best. I'll see.
All right.
Yeah, let's start with the trapping bit. So, we will stealthily, seeing as we haven't been noticed yet, set up the trap off in one of the tributaries, and
So are you guys doing the tributary you're in, or are you going to kind of move into one of the other ones to set the trap?
one of the other ones, because we're going to need the one that we're in to take the booty out of.
And potentially escape if need be.
Sweet. So make a dexterity saving throw for stealthing your way through.
Question.
Hmm?
I know I don't usually have to think this much, but
Wow.
if why don't we just trap it in this particular one, and then we can shoot it with crossbow bolts until it dies, and I can stab at it once it's in its cage.
I like using it.
Because if we, that way, one, we can eat it. I'm hungry. Two, we don't have to investigate the danger in the other caves that I'm certain is there.
Well, this is a pretty large beast. It's got 9 heads. So your trap will definitely trap a bit of it if you get it in there successfully. But I don't know, it would be a good roll to get all 9 heads.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling lucky. I rolled a 14 on my dex, so that's a
Nice.
success for me.
Yeah.
I say we
Alright.
use one of the offshoots so we can potentially haul things through this one, or have an
failed my
escape route
stealth
if
roll.
need be. Oh no!
How'd you do, Emers?
I also failed my dex roll.
No!
Okay. So as you guys are moving through, Elizabeth is moving stealthily through the tunnel. You kind of just artfully moving closer to one of the tributaries.
Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably our bickering that gives us away. Elizabeth is like, all right, yeah, we're going to sneak along. And, Kenora is just like, well, Emerus, it's time for you to go make me another snack.
Great impression.
Well, as you guys move through, you do see kind of you hear kind of a twitching through the water and kind of see the waters get muddied. And then as you hear the clanks and bickering come through, you hear the thing slap the water again and just roar out. And you see 2 of the heads come swifting towards the tunnel, towards you. And you see this large Hydra head, pale blue skin, large fangs dripping with venom coming towards you guys. Make a dexterity saves for initiative. Oh, he passed.
No.
10, I pass.
13. I not pass.
How did Elizabeth do?
Hold on. Oh, 9. I passed.
Sweet. So 2 out of 3, you guys go first. You see 2 of these heads there poised to bite. You guys know this is a pretty rough looking or pretty deadly looking creature, but only 2 heads so far have come after you. What are you guys thinking?
I think I'm gonna stick with the plan and run over to one of the other holes here and try and set up a trap for my turn.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You go set the trap, and I will distract it. I'll hold it off, and I'll
Careful,
chop at
please.
it with my axe.
And I will chop at it with my halberd because it was expensive and I believe in it.
Solid reasons for as always. So give me some damage and for traps. Do you know what do you roll anything for traps? How do traps work actually?
I don't know. I think that's up to you.
Okay. Oh, we'll say make a dexterity saving throw. See if you can set this up in a good spot that's out of view and set it up to entrap the creature. So dexterity save.
4 damage for me.
That is a 16. It's a meet it and and beat it, right?
Yeah, meet it and beat it.
Awesome. So that's just barely.
See?
5 damage for me, by the way.
All right, it's got 1 armor. So that's 7. Yeah, are you guys attacking the same head too?
Sure.
Yeah, you guys are chopping in. This one head is like nearly had this nicking it, like it is barely hanging on, still maneuvering through, venom dripping from its fangs. The other head is in good condition, and they are going to take 2 strikes at you all. They're going to focus on Emrys and Kenora, who had just struck into them together. All right, so it is going to make 2 attacks. Its bite is nasty. Where's my D10? All right. Oof. All right. So, Kenora, 10 damage. Emrys, 7.
Okay, so that brings my HP to 0. And my strength from 8 to... Did 8 damage?
No.
10 for you. So
10,
minus your
that's
DR.
Yikes.
Okay, so
We're
I'm
so
down to
gone.
4 strength.
So you said it was 7 to me, right?
Yep.
So 1 armor, so 6, 1 hit point, so 5. I have a strength of 11, so that takes my strength to 6.
All right. So
how that
6. That's right. So 6, and what did yours go to, Kenora?
4.
4.
My HP is at 0, my strength is at 4.
Roll 2d20s. This is going to be a nasty. You got to beat your new strength score.
Both of us?
Or be under. Yeah, both of you guys.
I'm rolling 2 d20s, so I'm rolling at disadvantage
sorry.
then?
Just,
Just a D20
1
for
each.
each of you.
yeah. That's what I should have said there. You
I
good?
rolled a 2.
Nice.
Oh,
No pass for me, 12.
All
The
right.
rich get richer.
The rich keep on surviving somehow. Just like Palpatine returned, it is a big somehow. But you
It's a
see, it make more sense. His hamstring gets bent out. He gets more dexterous somehow. But you get bitten again, Kenora. This Hydra takes a good chunk out of you. You were hurt, but you're still standing. You are still up and able to move. You, on the other hand, Emrys, it bites you, and you are having to crawl to survive.
oh no.
I'm a good distraction for you getting your trap, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I've served my purpose.
I'll
Did
pick
you already
up.
roll, or did we already do that?
Yeah, I already rolled. That was
you-
the 16. That was
Oh, yeah,
just
the
barely.
man beat it. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
Elizabeth gets that trap up and running. What? Actually, I'll let you. What's that trap look like?
It is a comically large, like, bear trap. just like straight out of Wile E. Coyote. Just bonk. I gotta yank it open, and I have to. I'm like putting rocks and stuff over it, so I can't see. I'm trying really, really quickly, but yeah.
Use Emret's body as bait.
He's still alive.
yet.
Yeah.
You make for better bait that way.
Just a flesh wound.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You'll
So-
be fine.
The next round, you guys are up again. Emrys is down. You hear kind of sloshing, kind of just real like churning of the waters. This thing larger moves towards you guys. The trap is set. Emrys is crawling. Kenora is hurt. What are you guys doing?
Can I keep swinging an attack roll, or is that no longer an option?
Yeah, there's still 2 heads in the tunnel with you.
All right,
One of
I'll
them's
remove one
nearly
of the
off.
heads.
Right?
I mean, is Emrys able to continue attacking while crawling on the ground? Or
I don't
Is-
think so. Let me look at the
He's gotta
damage
get
rolls
hit.
again.
He's got to get picked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and pick him up.
Crawl into the trap. It's the safe space. And I rolled a
if you-
3 for damage, so I'm not
you-
sure I did anything at all.
No, you actually did just enough. It only has 1 armor, and it had 9 HP. So finish one of the heads.
I finished one of the heads with a devastating retort. Sashimi!
Emrys, crawl over to me.
Emrys will continue to crawl towards the trap.
I
Towards
cannot
the
be
trap.
beaten!
All right, Elizabeth, are you moving through to help pick the Kenora up?
Yeah,
Or
I'm trying
Emrys up?
to Emrys up. Yep.
I
All right,
had it right the first time.
What are the? Do you remember what the rules are there for that, Doomer?
I think it's just an action.
Oh, it just
or,
happens.
you know,
Okay.
an action, whatever your turn is, right? To pick up. I don't know. Let me see. I don't remember exactly what. It might just be like you get stabilized, so you're not actively dying.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll say you're able to get them, get Emrys up, stop him from bleeding, and lift him up and walk him a bit with you. Where are you guys going? Are you guys going behind the trap, or what's the crew thinking as Kenora chops off a head and Emrys picks up the poor, or Elizabeth picks up the poor Emrys?
I think I'm just gonna try and drag our sorry butts further in, so we put the trap between us and the Hydra here.
I stand behind Emerus.
Oh, are you? Which way behind? I should say.
Using him as a shield.
Okay, there we go. There we
I go
go.
deeper into the cave.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah, I was
behind.
like, wow, that's such a character change. That's awesome.
That's what I thought too. And I'm like, I should clarify before we go through this. But...
This isn't enough time period in a role play for character development.
It could be if it was something I was interested in. This is too much fun. And I haven't played someone who's this big a piece of crap in a long time,
Yeah,
so I feel like I gotta own it and then not do it again for a long time.
So I'm just trying to put the trap between us here.
Perfect. We're gonna do a group luck check. So DC 10 or below, you win. We're not win, but like good things happen. DC or if it's above, it's a loss. So you guys need 2 out of 3 of you to roll below a 10 or 10 or below.
Just to verify, this is rolling with a 20, correct?
With a D20.
And the
This
goal
is-
is to roll
that is a-
under 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 6
I
for
failed.
All right.
It's a 6 for me, too.
Nice.
Peter and I are twinsing on a lot of our rolls
me.
today.
I know.
Who wants to roll a D10 for me?
I'll roll
I
the
mean-
D10
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, go for it.
2.
That's right.
I rolled a 3.
That's right.
I know only one of us had to, but I
Choose your own adventure. Pick whichever 2 or 3 you like better.
I'll give you guys the 3. So you guys move through the tunnels. You see this big Acme-style trap that Elizabeth is covered with stones and a bear trap style. It goes through, and as a Hydra chases after you, you see 3 of its heads snaking down the tunnelways, and you see them approach, and the trap clamps down, trapping those 3 heads there. You see blood and vials scattered around as the trap's fangs pierce through the Hydra's flesh and render it in place. So you guys have taken 4 of the 9 Hydra heads out of commission. For one of them for a time.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing next?
Well,
Emrys would like to take a slight rest and recover.
I will do the same, but first I get up on the Hydra's back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Hydra's back or one of the Hydra's necks?
Oh, I was doing a Kingdom Hearts joke, but I'll just take my
Oh.
rest.
Okay. Are you oh, so you guys can take a swig of so resting is pretty chill in this game, or not chill, but like easier in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a swig of water. It's like a pretty quick couple of seconds to do so.
Yeah.
We say like just a few minutes max. You know, you just.
So
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay there on the ground panting for a minute and just like, okay,
do the Peter
Jug of water.
Griffin, the Peter.
Yeah.
holding my knee.
You're making a fool of yourself.
Shut
Can I
up.
go back up to 4 HP and 8 strength now, or do I have to do some more?
4 HP, but your strength stays the same.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like
And
it's
I
a while
didn't-
for the strength to come back up.
It takes like a week.
I didn't
or
do
a
one of
month or
those
something.
things where I get to be better because I didn't do my Super Saiyan thing where I fall down and I get better.
No, you have to get exactly to 0 with your HP to get a scar, and the scars are apparently like overall, if you survive that encounter, pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need
That's
to
just
take another
a
hit.
little disadvantage at the time, and then if you survive, you're better off.
Yeah,
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
fairly.
Emrys, I've treated you quite badly, and I would really like it if you would roll damage on me and deal 8 points so I can go down to 0 and then be better again in the near future.
Are you trying to do the Vegeta? I saw you do the post of the Frieza comment earlier. I feel like this is like Namek Saga Vegeta now. There's no
we're gonna have to
Dendays.
do-
There's no Dendays.
Okay, while we're sitting here, because Elizabeth doesn't have anything to recover. Is there? I want to be creative because part of Into the Odd and its related things is you're trying your best to use everything you
100%,
got
yeah.
here. Are there any stalactites that we could potentially drop on the sucker?
Yeah, there's like what's his name? Emrys. No, Emrys. Yeah, I got it right. Hugged a stalactite earlier. There's stalactites around and above like the 3 heads you guys have trapped too.
Yeah, I was because I have a ranged weapon too. I was like, I feel like that might be, with a big old chunk of rock falling down on it, could be pretty good. So,
Do you want to get so you can get with no roll necessary? You can hit the stalactite above the ones you have trapped. Or if you wanted to try to sneak into the main chamber and see the other 4 or 5 now again, but that are back up and running in the main chamber, you can try to see if you can sneak in and get a bead on a stalactite above them. And
yeah, I mean, I'll take the risk here to see if I can try and sneak in.
all right, dexterity saving throw.
Okay. On low money. That was so close to a 20. I got an 8.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So you're able to make your way within. You see within, like, there's still these 4 of these heads, like almost like a beehive. Like they're both like all like twitching and moving around like snakes, clearly agitated. You do see a stalactite above them. So the last piece of this, you're gonna need to roll at least a 4 or better on your crossbow attack to knock the stalactite into the Hydra and potentially either kill it or buy yourself enough time to get the cargo.
I got a 7.
Solid. You hit that with the crossbow just right and knock this giant stalactite. You see the crossbow bolt go in, kind of crunch in, and start to see the rocks crack around it, and you see the stalactite fall. Before I go forward, stalactite is the one that hangs, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hangs tight
I
to
got
the
it
ground.
right.
Flag
I was...
might get to the top.
Oh, that's a good way to remember that. All right. You hit that stalactite. It comes crashing to the ground and collides with the Hydra. You hear a shriek, and you see the stalactite has pierced the body of the Hydra, and you see it is still living. The heads are twitching, but they are locked in place. They're not able to reach much further than their own body, giving you guys a clear run towards the cargo. Did you see this Hydra is starting to bash its head against the stalactites, trying to break it? What do you guys do?
I want to put one of those heads on my mantle.
Finish the sucker off. That's
You
what
did
doing.
chop one head off, so you can take that
Yes,
head.
but I
for your
feel like
next one.
I feel like this is one of those situations where you got to catch them all. So I would like to have
This
all
is definitely
9
not
heads.
one of those situations.
So are you
think?
go? What
Is there a way
is
for me to get in range of attacking one, but not all of them?
the 3 you have trapped? You could hit one of those 3 without getting in range of the body of the beast and the other heads. But if you want to get the body of the beast and the 5 other heads, you would be in range of all 5.
We didn't finish off those 3 heads.
No,
No,
They're
they're
just
like
trapped?
trapped.
they're trapped.
Yeah, they've been immobilized.
I thought they were decapitated. Okay.
No, they're hurt, but not dead.
All right, no, let's go get the cargo. I'll be a little bit less of a
Thank
moron.
goodness. Yeah, let's make a break for it.
Emrys gets up from his break and, all right, let's get this over with.
Swig of water, and you are good to walk again.
Emrys, you look pathetic. Come on.
I was once the strongest member of this party. Now I'm just a child.
I think there's
I
a
still
decent
think you're
chance you are still the strongest one. Otherwise, what would we keep you around for?
Wow.
What's the over under of Kenora making it back? What's the over?
I know, right? And One Piece or unblackmailed.
Kenora? Oh, not making it back. It's not happening.
The over-under is whether Cornora gets the rest of us taken out in their folly or not.
All right, let's book it. Let's book it.
Sweet. So you guys are able to poof it through there. You see the Hydra still bashing at the stalactite that's trapped in place. You make your way towards the ship that has been wrecked upon this little island within the caverns. And within inside, you see there are 3 different chests. These are very heavy chests overladen with gold coins. These are something that a strong man may be able to haul himself, or it may need the help of another to be able to successfully haul through. But you know your employer wanted all 3 cases brought back.
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't bring these back to the employer. How much were they paying us?
Oh no, we're keeping these. I never intended to take these back to the employer. It's ours now.
Well,
2 gold coins is what they offered me to bring this stuff back. Forget that.
They offered you minimum wage to bring this back.
I mean, we might have
No
some hip people to deal with, but I'm sort of on board for that.
If we can deal with Hydra, we can deal with mercenaries and henchmen.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so
I'd
anyways,
say-
about the existing situation, we should probably get these out of here and back to the boat before we start planning on how we spend our money.
Yeah. I
going
can't
to
get
get
one
better
by
help.
myself. I know that.
Yeah, so 2 of us will have to pick one up and move it at a time, and we're just gonna have to make multiple trips. I vote
Or just
that
cut our losses.
greedy here. No,
Oh yeah, that's one of your character traits, isn't it?
for multiple
would
of
say
us, actually,
I'm
I believe.
cautious, remember? So there you go.
Cautious and aggressive.
I've paid no attention to being bitter and disciplined. No, bitter I've paid great attention to. Disciplined,
Yeah, I was
not
about
at
to
I
all.
said the bitter came through. The bitter came.
Say serene, I kind of gave up on. I mean, I haven't been panicking at all, so I guess I'm still serene. Anyways,
Just do as you're told.
right. So I guess Emrys, being the strong man that he was before his injury, he'll try to pick one up by himself.
All right. So
I would
Emerson
do
on
the same.
one. Oh,
And then we'll. Oh, you're gonna take one by yourself, or you try and.
Why would I need help?
so is Elizabeth
Emrys can do it, so
expecting
can
this,
Kenora.
or is Elizabeth gonna try to get her
I'm
own, or
going-
grab
I'm
Kenora's?
going to nonchalantly like stand nearby, you know, just to be able to
Spotting,
try and-
spot.
Elizabeth's gonna spot.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'm gonna try to roll mine.
So strength save for Emrys by yourself.
Failed.
Kenora, roll one. Elizabeth, roll one as well.
Okay. Mine's not going to be so good, but
3. I
we're.
win.
Hey,
I succeed.
it's not going to be good, folks.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a fail.
Fail,
That's
fail.
an 8 for me, so no.
Is that a fail too? Okay.
I have 3 for strength right now. So.
You guys, so Emrys, you're picking up this big hulking crate, chest of gold, and you are moving it through. It's hard work, but I feel like Emrys is used to a hard day at work, and you're able to bring it with you through the tunnel. Kenora and Elizabeth, like Kenora's trying to haul it by themselves. Elizabeth is trying to spot them nonchalantly, and it is not going well. It is taking a lot of time, making a lot of noise. And you start to hear smack, smack, smack as these heads bash against the stalactite, and you hear chunks of rock breaking off. And you start to see, as you look up, it's getting close to freeing itself. Emrys, you are most of the way through. You could probably loop back if you wanted to. Elizabeth and Kenora, you guys are still in the early stages of that cavern. What do you guys do? Are you going to try to continue lifting it through and potentially take some risk with those heads coming after you, or are you booking it?
Kenora or Elizabeth, help me with my gold.
Yeah, I mean, if this last check doesn't work, then Elizabeth is just booking it because there's no way it's whatever is in here is worth it, right?
Sweet. So I'll let you either one of you guys do the same thing we did last time. Both of you guys roll, or one of you guys can roll with advantage.
What's your strength right now?
I have a 4.
Okay, so I guess we'd be fine just both rolling.
All right,
Both
both
rolling
take
it
a roll.
is.
3 versus a 4. Who is going to? You just need one success.
I did not get a success. I
got
rolled
a 2.
14.
Did you say you got a 2?
Yep.
Nice. So Lisbeth taking on the lion's share of this, like holding through, is able to maneuver the crate along with Kenora through the tunnels, and they are going to take
Yes,
two.
just like I told you.
I'm going to kill you.
The over and under of Kenora surviving this is getting lower and lower. You see 2 heads sprout through and try to race after you, biting you as you guys make your in near the end of the tunnel. They're going to roll. As long as you guys stay up and on your feet, you make it out with your prize undisturbed. So 3 for Lisbeth. Oh, 3 for both. 3 for both of you guys. Are you both still on your feet?
3
Yeah.
damage?
3 damage.
Yeah.
3 damage.
I've still got 1 HP, 1 point left.
So
in health.
hold on, let me double check. Yeah, I have 2 armor and 1 HP, so I will still be okay.
Sweet.
Actually,
both of you
they'll
guys
give me a
roll
scar,
scars.
too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, no, just did you get scarred for yours, Kenora? Because I know Elizabeth did.
Yeah.
What's your HP
I
again?
definitely do.
I don't recall getting. I know I rolled for a scar earlier, but I
Oh
also
no,
remember coming out ahead.
that'd be a new one. Oh, this would be a new one. It'd just be if your HP went to 0, but I think you had more HP than that.
Yeah, 4 HP.
Yeah.
So and plus
Okay.
armor. So
Okay.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
you're
a
good.
Yeah, I'm
10.
okay.
10. What is a 10?
Oh my gosh.
What'd you get?
I got sundered. An appendage is torn off, crippled, or useless. And the warden will tell you which, and then make a will save. If I pass, I increase my max will by 1d6.
That got a lot darker than I was expecting. All right.
Yeah.
You are hauling through with this thing, and you feel the hydra bite into your arm, and your arm right now is useless. Like you feel it fall to your side.
No.
You're still able to haul your half of the chest through sheer will alone. Make a will save and see if you get some new.
I think it's the redhead, just the fierceness. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm getting it through.
Do it or die trying.
Exactly right. Okay. Yeah, that is a 10.
So you pass. Get that extra D6 to
Yeah.
your will.
D6 here. Okay, D6. Sorry. Very good.
Sure.
Just a 1. So better than nothing.
You feel a little wiser, a little stronger will as you make it through with one of your arms made useless by the Hydra. But you guys emerge with 2 chests full of gold. Like this is a solid find. This is what a company would consider a good haul, but for you guys who are pretty much freelancers, this is life-changing wealth that you all have just acquired. Well, for most of the party that wasn't born with a silver spoon, this is life-changing wealth.
Yeah, this is just the allowance for some of us here.
Presumptuous if you assumed it was only a silver spoon.
The platinum spoon. But you guys have an uneventful journey back to your ship, or the ship that was loaned to you by the company. But it sounds like you guys are going pirate, or at least setting off on your own with your new ship, your new found wealth. My last question is: does everybody make it back?
Yeah, how many people does it take to pilot this boat back?
Yeah.
Could be done with 1. Definitely doable with 2. Definitely.
So
Faster, please. I'd like to get back home in time for supper.
You all know you've done it with 2. You've done it.
Yeah, that is true. Last time when we came here, it was only 2 of us.
So are there any creatures nearby?
So as you're making your way back,
Yes, you.
you see the giant catfish through the waters. As you get closer, you do hear creatures in the jungle as you approach as well. What are you thinking?
I basically want to kick Tiny Dick in the back of the knee and then cast Frenzy on something and run away.
Oh my god.
All that heavy armor and gold will weigh them down and make it difficult to stand back up.
Oh yeah.
Contested. I think is there contested checks for this?
Yeah, it's just like whoever rolls lowest.
All right.
I rolled 10 damage at Emmerich, slowing us down.
We'll make.
They'll be happy with us bringing back 2 crates if the only 2 of us come back.
You guys, Everest, as well as Kenora, make strength saves. Is Elizabeth, are you doing anything in this situation?
Natural 1.
Oh, that's rough.
You know what?
3.
Elizabeth's been mistreated. Elizabeth's been not having a good time.
Elizabeth, you're not thinking about how long you're going to ride my coattails.
Originally, Elizabeth was going to sort of just watch this. I imagine she was like behind the 2 of them walking and then just sort of like pass them up, like, okay. But I think, I don't know if it's not going to work. She's going to have to take the active role here.
What's she thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's going to, like, while they're sort of doing this, she's going to try and, like sweep the leg out, you know? Just like
Flanking bonus. Elizabeth's on the other side now, so
yeah, that's how that works.
Well, with Elizabeth's health, you'll gain advantage, but you need to get in that 1 for this to succeed.
This is gonna be great if we don't succeed here.
I rolled a 3 twice.
Which would usually be fantastic.
Passes, but not in a contested.
Yeah, so you try to kick him in the knee, and Elizabeth kind of helps distract. But somehow Kenora's armor is just a little sturdier, stronger than you expect. And he's still standing after all this and resists. What happens next? So you guys have tried to kick him in the knee and take him out.
I immediately decapitate Emmerich.
Oh my gosh. We're just going through it here.
Roll.
You just tried to kill me.
Roll your damage for your weapon.
This is Cairn, baby.
That was a 10.
Someone's gotta die.
Oh.
Well, that makes me dead.
Yeah.
All
Well-
right.
Keep rowing, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth's crossbowing this sucker. I'm sorry.
Oh,
What's happening?
let's go for it.
Nope.
Roll some crossbow damage. All right.
Everett was my little buddy. Okay, we may have had our
Did I-
differences.
Did I recover that? I'm trying to remember what that last batch of damage is from. Is that from an oar to the back of the head that I took from Everett?
That is a 8 on my D8.
Oof. All right.
Okay, so
You
that
got
would bring me down to 0 exactly.
0 strength.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because first I lose 2 HP, and then I've got the 2 DR, and then I've got the 4 strength. So I'm at 0.
So Kenora decapitates Everest. Elizabeth puts a bolt into Kenora,
Christ.
dropping him to the ground. Elizabeth, with her jankety arm, is the only survivor on the boat left. with
I get
two-
to roll on the scar table, don't I?
No, you're down to 0 strength. You were dead. You only get to roll on the scar table if you get down to 0 HP exact.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
You don't get to Super Saiyan this one. But Elizabeth gets to sail off into the seas. It's going to be a little tough working the boat by
No
herself.
kidding.
But she has a boat, 2 huge chests of gold, and maybe a future ahead of her.
Maybe.
Spiderlings.
And that's where we'll wrap up our card session today. I was going to say I was surprised that everybody survived through the adventure, but that was not true. You guys did the enemy's work for them and had some fatalities there.
Why the violence? Why? Why the
What could
violence?
possibly
Why
cause
not the
this?
violence?
Wow. Hey, I was happy to coexist with Emmerich, just Emmerich just sort of hang out, right? Split our large amount of money, great. But
I don't know. As quickly as you turned on, I think you would have turned on me too.
I don't think so. I think Elizabeth had the force of will, all that, the 16 will now, would be great. But I don't know. You weren't outwardly hostile.
You know how we
Except I was
decide
blackmailing
this?
you.
You have
Yeah,
2 crates of gold in front of you to change your mind. So you make a will save at disadvantage. And that's how we know.
Yeah, there we go.
But you're no longer blackmailed, too. You got rid of your blackmailer is dead. If Elizabeth makes
You're
the
welcome.
sail home, life is looking up for her. Just needs to find a cure to fix her arm. She's got gold to pay for it and to stay ahead of those bounty hunters. But
She can hire a crew too.
yeah, go full pirate. Go full
Pirate Queen, let's go.
Except I had a thing set up that if I didn't return within a certain amount of time of frame, that the letters would be automatically mailed
no.
off.
Oh no.
Well, Kenora's family will find out whatever the dirty secret was.
Oh, the family already knew.
I had that man killed.
They used to change their diapers. They know all that.
I rolled a 13. I had those people killed. It's one of the reasons I wasn't worried about the blackmail.
All right.
Just posters throughout Kazuya with just Kenora, the deceased, has a small peep. But
A micro peep. Let's make it right here.
like,
Oh my
I'm
God.
precise. It's a micro.
Good in the nest.
ooh. But that is where we'll wrap up today. This was kind of a quick session of Cairn. Hope you guys enjoy this. It's one of my favorites because it's one of those ones that's light, very light prep for me. And it's one that kind of roll out like today yesterday when I decided, hey, I don't want to just sit at home all day. Let's play some games. And This is one of the ones I could easily throw in. So I had fun. Hope you guys did too. Hope the viewers enjoyed it. Doomer, and shout out to thanks for the subscription, man. Thanks for the subscription. And then we will be back back Tuesday. Yeah, back Tuesday with Invasion coming through, wrapping up our Kashyyyk adventure, and then back again Wednesday for Blades in the Dark. I got to figure out my September schedule because I'm only going to be so first half of September we'll have some more streams coming through, but I'll actually be out of country for the second half, so it will be dark for a couple of weeks. No Invasion or Stranded or any of my other games, so I'll have to figure out what I'm doing before those weeks. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you all later.